Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Wano Bros Podcast, episode 18. My name is Omar. Right next to me is Austin. And yeah, we're missing RJ today.
Well, he's just very busy, so I figure he's probably just
Yeah, I think
worn
so
out.
as well. I don't even think he's sleeping. Oh yeah, he just texted me. So he's busy right now. So he'll join the pod next week. So we're not worried about that. But we got some stuff to break down. So before I start, Austin, did you watch the new One Piece episode last night? That came out last night.
Yeah, I watched the episode, and then
Mhm.
when I woke up today, I was able to. I don't know how you guys watch or not watch. Read the chapters early, but
Mm,
I read it today from Shonen Jump,
mm,
and it's only like I think it's like what 16, 15 pages,
mhm.
but it was a pretty good chapter.
Yeah, I was pleasantly happy. I was pleasantly happy with the chapter. It still added that kind of mystery component. Like, we don't know where Kizaru actually lies within the situation. Like, there's some theories that are saying like Kizaru was actually giving Luffy the food, and then there were some situations that people thought he wasn't, and like they thought it was like the slime dude that's in the
Yeah,
barrel in the ship. Caribou.
yeah,
Caribou.
Caribou.
I always thought that was a really funny theory. I would never think Caribou would be the one to do it but then they break it down and say, yeah, but he also wants to get off Egghead. He doesn't want to die. And it's
Right.
just
I mean,
like,
he wanted to get away from Wano, and now he's in probably an even worse situation with one of the damn
yeah,
five elders there. So.
that's so true, bro.
And
That is true.
it makes like the most sense because Caribou's devil fruit is like he can just hide all the food in himself
That's true.
and just
But
pull it out and give it to him. So
now, a practical, unrelated question: would the food come out slimy?
I believe so. It might be like wet because I would don't the mermaids on Fishman Island come out like all kind of like slimy and like
Yeah,
unconscious when they
I think.
find them?
That's true. That is true. One Piece definitely has like a lot of perversion in it. It's I don't want to say it's bad because sometimes it's not. But then when you see characters like Sanji, and then you see characters like
Like
like what Sanji's attracted to, freaking Shirahoshi and what's
pudding,
her name? Pudding, yes.
who's like
So
16.
yeah. Well, that goes back to one of the earlier episodes we talk about, but we don't want to rehash that.
Yeah.
We don't got to rehash it. But um, the new episode last night gave me a little bit of a refresher. I was like pleasantly happy to see that we didn't need to, constantly have like a fighting battle or something like that to get good animation, right? Like, I feel like the previous One Piece would just go over Egghead like it was a freaking like standstill, right?
Yeah.
And it just move it like it kind of looks like the art style. But I like what they did here. Did the like the mecha, and they brought the ship up, and then they brought Luffy, Bonnie, Chopper, and Jinbei to that. I guess it's the open space of Egghead,
Yeah, like the courtyard
Mhm.
basically.
and then it's Punk 4, I believe, or Punk 5, one of the two.
Punk
It's
5.
it's Punk 5, yeah. But they don't know that, right? They don't know that. Bonnie doesn't know that. Bonnie's just like mad at anything that hears Vegapunk. So
Yeah, I think
I can't blame her.
the episode ends off with her eating and kind of like looking up at the Vegapunk 5
Yeah.
and like discussed it. So obviously, like the next episode will be from there.
For anime only watchers, you will understand why we agree with Bonnie. I
Well,
just have to
okay,
say
I don't
that.
really agree with Bonnie, I guess, because
Okay, explain. I gotta hear that.
okay, well, like you can agree with her at the start because she doesn't have like the context for why Kuma gets turned
Yeah.
into a robot for the government, but then once she gets the memories, like, can you really be like mad at Vegapunk? Like, Kuma
No.
asked for it, and more or less, like the five elders are the ones who made Kuma like a slave because Vegapunk actually wanted to keep his free will, but
Mhm.
the five elders kind of
Told
jumped
him no.
in and said like, no, take his free will out. We don't want him. We don't want him coming back to haunt us, which that didn't work out either, as we find out this chapter.
Yeah. Apparently, what's it called? They installed this like self-destruct thing, And I think it was so supposed to be. I can't talk. I think it was supposed to be this just like shut down, no more Kuma whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think that entails all the pacifistas too. I think they're gonna like bring in this weird little thing where it's like all the pacifistas turn off, but instead, but all. I'm sorry, audience. I'm having a hard time speaking today.
Okay, we'll put it in this context, right? I think this is a good context. You've seen season 1 of One Punch Man, right, Omar?
Yeah.
Think of the self-destruct as like when Genos is fighting the mosquito lady and he's about to die, and he goes, "I'm sorry, doctor. I'm gonna end myself," and then sights him up. But they're basically that. Like they're just a core that's probably just gonna explode and take out, probably big enough to take out a whole island or something. You know?
Definitely. Yeah. I agree. Right. But I think it was more or less supposed to shut down Kuma's consciousness in total. And obviously, Vegapunk didn't like that, but he said he still installed it, and he said it was the power of love, or something like that. It was like, oh, the only explanation can be love. Like,
you know, like
I get
like
it.
The Buccaneer power. I thought he said it was like the Buccaneer power. Like it's not their strength, like physical strength. It's their like
love.
mental fortitude.
Yeah, and I think that's gonna end up being the like special thing that the Buccaneer race has, right? So you know how like earlier in the story it said that the Buccaneers was a special race for some reason? I think it's probably gonna have something to do with like they're super strong willed and like they are their mental fortitude is just through the roof, right? Like I don't know how to explain this. I don't know how to explain this because I want to say it's like
I would say for my theory, like going off yours, is there's probably like their like specialty or why they're special is like they have an unbreaking morale, because like you see like when Kuma and his dad are in slavery, like even though his dad is like crying, like he's not like, he doesn't look sad, he has like that big smile on his face. So it's like they don't break easy. So like it's probably why people like try to take him out, because it's probably a whole race that like they fight till like the last one standing, and that might even be like a homage, as we know, like Oda does history. That might be like a callback to like maybe even the Japanese soldiers of like World War II, who like would literally just suicide charge, or they never like surrendered, and that might be like what the Buccaneers are like.
No, 100%. I agree. I think the Buccaneers are gonna end up being just like a super strong-willed people, and I think that'll eventually happen.
I also think that the Buccaneers are gonna lose today, by the way, to my Lions.
Oh, the Buccaneers. Yeah, I've been kind of happy with the Knicks as well. I mean, we're 9-2 since the Anunoby deal, and I've just been happy as a sports fan in general. So y'all are beating the Buccaneers.
As a New York sports fan,
yeah.
The Jets and the Giants, you're happy?
I am a proud Giants fan.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I say I'm a proud Lions fan, but a proud Giants fan,
it's kind of the same thing about like being a like a Knicks fan, right? And if y'all don't know, I'm a media caster for PSF. Me and Austin, that's where we met and stuff, and we started Anime Insider, which turned into Wano Bros and stuff like that. So it's good to know your origins, right?
Yeah.
But
I actually have Anime Insider today, but it's only 30 minutes now instead of an hour. So
yeah, I've been cutting my shows down to the post game shows, because I've been doing like 3 or 4 a week after the show. So instead of an hour, it's been like 25-30 minutes, just so like I can cover everything. But yeah, I'm a media caster for the PSF. My favorite team is the New York Knicks. If you haven't already known, I've been a fan since like 2012 or something. So it's definitely been a ride. It's definitely 2010.
He's been through the rough patches.
I've been through the rough patches, and I still rooted for them. Like,
oh, trust me, I know that feeling.
Yeah, that was horrible. Sorry about that, guys. A little bit of a technical issue, but resolved, right? So, yeah, that happened. But we were talking about this kind of list that was pretty dumb before we hopped on here. And Austin, I just want to gauge your interest on it. So, what's up?
Which list are we talking about?
The one that we just brought up.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess it's not like just one list. It's like many. It's like, so a lot of like companies now, they're putting out like their best anime of 2023.
Okay.
And they have shows like Mob Psycho 100, Bocchi the Rock. These are all shows that came out in 2022. Or like even like Vinland Saga Season 2. I mean, it ended in 2023, but it technically came out in 2022. So
Okay. Now hear me, because I've considerably taken it back on the anime, because I've been in school, I've been doing PSF, I've been doing a bunch of stuff, right? And I've considerably taken back. I love anime still, right? But I've taken it back. But in 2023, except for like One Piece animation, has there been an anime out that you can really say is top tier?
yeah.
Well, tell me.
Oshinoko. I'll just go through. Let me go on Mao, and I'll just look at the seasonal because I watch a lot of anime. Okay, per season, I watch about 14. So we're gonna go to seasonal. I know Oshinoko, probably the greatest first episode of an anime ever, to be honest. Frieren. I mean, I haven't watched it, but I've seen clips of the animation. It looks amazing. Let's see.
I looked at it. I think I wanted to start it. I just didn't at the time that I saw it on Crunchyroll. It looked pretty good though.
Yeah, I mean, all the stuff I saw was, I mean, honestly, like last season, there was a lot of stuff I still have on plan to watch. I just didn't watch because I watched it in like dub, so I just waited. Like Goblin Slayer, Spy Family.
Goblin
I also
Slayer.
have yeah,
Sorry, that's just a hilarious name. I've never seen.
I mean, like Undead Unluck had good animation. Shangri-La Frontier had pretty good animation.
Mm-hmm.
That's for fall. Summer, I'm trying to think. Damn. I can never think of the shows when they came out. I mean, JJK, second season, obviously. Right. Mushoku Tensei. Okay, Zom 100.
Debatable.
Zom 100 is when did that actually come out?
Here's the thing about Zom 100. It pisses me off, right? It pisses me off as somebody who wants to enjoy the anime. It has to consistently wait. I don't know. I'm not with that company. Whoever's making
I haven't even finished it, to be real with you.
Me neither.
Because I totally forgot that all the episodes came out on Christmas, and also my Christmas was hectic as shit. But Hell's Paradise came out. Oh, Heavenly Delusion. Amazing anime. Amazing. Really? Dangers in My Heart.
I've actually never heard you talk about that one. What is it about?
Delusion?
No.
Okay. So it's like a post-apocalyptic world.
No, of course.
Well, what isn't? And
One Piece is a post-apocalyptic world. If you don't think that, read One Piece. Naruto is definitely a post-apocalyptic world. Sent back to the Stone Age and starting to rebuild. What do you mean? There's so many signs, bro.
The Stone Age.
It literally not Stone Age, but what is the stage in between that and technological era? I don't know the stage.
There's the Bronze Age, the Iron Age.
Okay, the Iron Age. I'll say they were sent back to the Iron Age. Is that fair?
Sure. Because they have kunais.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so Heavenly Delusion, it's there's two stories going on at once.
Okay.
You have the main characters, which is these two kids, and then you have this side story, which is it's a bunch of kids in a facility. You don't really understand a lot, but basically the one kid he needs to be moved or something to this other place because he has this power that he can use. And I'm trying to think.
Let me guess, the government is trying to harbor his abilities.
Well, there is no government, so that's how apocalyptic we're in right now.
Oh, there's not even a government intact. I see.
Trying to see if they have the name of the enemies in here.
Question: if we lived in a post-apocalyptic world and the president were to be one of the only survivors, is he still the president of the United States, or is he the president of the zombies?
I mean, he can be like he can say he's the president in name. I don't really think he has the governing power at that point to really be a president.
Literally.
I mean, he can sit in the Oval Office. I mean, hell, in an apocalypse, I could go sit in the fucking Oval Office. I don't,
As a zombie.
Yeah. Okay. I would say to go watch Heavenly Delusion if you're interested in Kaiju number 8, because a lot of people felt that like Kaiju number 8 when they saw the trailers is going to be purely CGI, but then it's done by Production IG, I believe. Yeah. So they both are, and then when I watched Heavenly Delusion, it gave off that like CGI feel, but it's actually like not CGI. It's just like really well done, like 3D drawings. So like, if people are like skeptical of Kaiju number 8, they can go watch Heavenly Delusion. But I mean, it's like an 8 or 9 out of 10 for me. It was like really good. Animation was great. The story's really good. There's a lot of like twists and turns. Like you don't really know what's going to happen. So,
right.
But it's basically like, they're trying to go to this place that they're told about. Right.
Right.
And then you kind of like find out that like the place that they want to take them is the side story that they keep cutting back to is that facility. But you kind of like, you still don't really know like what that facility is about, even towards the end of the show.
So they don't really tell you what's going on.
Yeah, they give you hints, but like the actual ideal or like the reasoning behind the facility is still not like really given out. They give you like big hints, but like they haven't really said like, okay, we have all these kids in this facility because we want them to be X, Y, and Z. Basically, you kind of just gotta like try and think about why. And it is like, so like, I don't know. Okay, well, I don't know when you're gonna watch it, but I'll just tell you one of the crazy plot twists.
It sounds really good, actually. I gotta say, it's been a while since an anime has gotten me so quiet to the point where I like hearing about it, right? And the facility,
well, the reason why you didn't hear about it,
so like,
yeah, mysterious. The reason why you didn't hear about it, most likely, and why a lot of people didn't watch it, it exclusively came out on Disney fucking Plus. So they ruined another good anime by putting it solely on Disney Plus, which, newsflash, Disney, no one fucking knows you for anime, okay? No one is like no one's going to pay your subscription to watch Heavenly Delusion. We can watch it on a third-party site.
Let's correct that statement. They're not known for Japanese anime.
Oh my God. Listen, Western is not anime. It's cartoons.
Oh my God. All right. When are we actually going to split the difference?
That's how it's classified. It's cartoons or animation.
So is it not Western anime?
No. God, I hate that term.
What?
So Justice League is on par with like Naruto. Is the Boondocks an anime?
Yes.
Oh my God, it's not. It's a cartoon. It's an adult cartoon. That's what it is. It's kids cartoons and adult cartoons. That's how they classify it.
It's Western and it's animation. I mean, there's not much more.
Okay, if you went up to someone on the street, have you ever watched anime? Are they gonna go, yeah, I watched SpongeBob?
Okay, you have a point there.
Exactly.
Still, like, all right. I guess. Wait. With all seriousness, though, I do think there's like a slight difference, right? I don't think there's obviously like it's one way going the other, and it's the same exact thing. I think with Justice League, I guess you can maybe consider that more of an anime than anything else because it's not really children's kind of themed. Do you know what I mean?
It's like an adult cartoon. Okay.
Oh my fucking God.
Thank you for explaining that it wasn't a kid, but an adult cartoon.
We could have this conversation all day on why we could still, even if it's still a cartoon, it could still be called Western anime because it's anime that was made in the West.
Okay, but like, if you want to call it Western anime, then there has to be like proof of like, okay, it's a Western anime because it got influenced by an actual anime, which makes it Western anime. they have different ways of like drawing. They have different ways of animating scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why they're like differentiated.
Yeah, it feels very slight to me though, because
Is
like
fanboy and chum chum an anime?
no,
So what's
no,
that?
they're not. No, they're not. They're actually a children's show.
A children's
I wouldn't even call them animated. I would call them 3D animated.
I mean, Kaido is 3D animated.
Not really, no.
What?
In some parts he was.
In
And
major parts, he was
it wasn't
CGI and it was
3D.
disgusting.
It wasn't 3D. It was CGI. Which
And it was gross.
I was actually really disappointed with when they used it in this episode for Egghead.
I was about to say I did not like the robots or the dragon. It was very disgusting. But
you know why I'll live with it? Because we gotta save budget somewhere. If we want good animation, we gotta sacrifice the unimportant parts of the story.
as
Right?
long as they don't make Saturn CGI.
Oh, oh my god!
If
If
they
they
made
make Saturn
Saturn
CGI, I'm gonna riot.
I
I'm
almost
going
just,
to
I
riot.
almost just said if they made Saturn GTA CGI. Okay.
I
Then-
downloaded GTA on my PS5 this weekend, man. It was fun. I haven't played that game in like 3 years.
Yeah, until you hop into online, you get fucking killed by losers on their stupid ass like floating
Loser.
motorcycles.
Yeah, dude, that's so dumb, bro.
And they're, I don't know.
I
To be
miss
honest, like,
GTA. I just miss the fuck shit. that you could
yeah, I
do.
mean, there's like, I don't know. Like, okay, early GTA Online was like super fun because no one knew what to do. There
Yeah,
wasn't
everybody
like
was just driving cars
cheesy
and
shit.
yeah.
And now it's like, okay, you just go and do your business. And if you don't do your business, then like you have to do heist. And like, it just feels like they force you into like, you have to like go and just always make money. You can't just go and have fun in GTA because if you want to have fun, you got to go buy cars. But guess what? The cars cost like fucking $4 million and they only pay you out on a heist like maximum like $500,000 unless you're doing Cayo Perico, which I don't have because guess what? You have to buy a fucking like $5 million sub to get to the fucking heist. I can't stand GTA Online.
I hate
I'm
to break
sorry.
it to you. Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, okay, but like, okay, at the beginning it was like robbing stores. You did like, I forget what the mission was. You did like one of the
People weren't
Madrazo's
playing the
missions.
game right.
They weren't. We were like
They
cheating
were
missions
playing the
though.
game wrong. Just
Well, and
racing on the highway.
Okay, but then they like ruined it with all this like futuristic garbage with like, you know, like the Oppressor Mark II.
Yeah.
You have like, I think I forget what it's called like in the actual game, but like it's like the DeLorean that flies, that has rockets. You have like high tech jets, orbital cannons. It's like, are we in fucking Los Angeles or like cyberpunk edge runners? Like this shit is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you there.
Yeah, but yeah, I would definitely recommend Heavenly Delusion.
Heavenly
if you haven't
Delusion
seen it.
sounds pretty good. I will give
13
that one
episodes.
A try. Oh, I'll definitely give it a try. You know what, Austin? I gotta say, I'm not making it very far in JoJo's. I'm on like episode 16.
Of what part?
One. It's
Okay,
not like
I've
I'm
literally
not
told
liking
you that part
JoJo's.
1 and 2 I don't like. So
Yeah, ACDC is pretty cool though.
yeah, I mean, just do you like the?
I just like
endings
how the stuff is
and
named after
opening?
bands.
I think JoJo's has the best ending and openings, in my opinion.
Really,
Mm-hmm.
really.
Yeah.
I think One Piece has the best opening right now. Like that's
no,
not
I
even
like
that's not even
Mashl's.
Mashl's is pretty good. Like Bing Bong, bro. Like good
Yeah.
for you. Nah, but we got the visuals. I mean, like we got. I don't know, man. It just feels. Oh, One Piece has been on top of their shit recently.
I don't know. I just don't like the song in the One Piece opening.
Really? That's an
Yeah.
unpopular opinion.
Really?
Yeah, believe
Maybe
it or
because
not, it
maybe
is.
because I like see the opening on so many like anime edits on TikTok and it has like rap
Yeah.
songs over it, and I'm like, okay, that sounds hard. And then I hear the actual opening and I'm like,
Okay, yeah, I can see your point there because it's one of those things where, like, an opening can relate to pretty much any song, right? There's some animes that, okay, there is this one Okay, so I decided. Do you know the Super Smash? You know Super Smash Bros, right?
Yeah, the
The new
video
one.
game.
Yeah, the new one, the newest one that came out.
Oh, on the
So they came
Switch.
out with they came out with like a trailer like a long time ago. This was like 4 years ago or something. And I was just going through it, and I was just putting songs over it because I was like, wait, Eminem would sound tough on this. And I would put it, and then the intro would be like Mario going to punch I think it's like Captain Falcon or something. And then you just hear Eminem just like it was good.
Okay. I mean, I think that the greatest opening in all of video games is Melee.
Yes,
I
I
mean,
will say that.
there's no beat. There's no beating that. I'm sorry. It's not the
Okay.
best like OST of a video game, but it's definitely like the best opening like sequence.
My
You got like the almost like action figure pieces
yeah,
just
yeah.
falling down. It's like oh no no no, oh no 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 no. Yeah. It just it goes hard, and I don't know. Maybe it's because
No,
like
yeah.
nostalgia, but I love it.
Definitely. And for a long time for me, it was my first Super Smash Bros. And audience because I was born in 2001. So
Okay.
just to show you, like my first one was Brawl on the Wii. It wasn't
Okay.
Melee, but I'll still like acknowledge like Melee was one of the best ones. But I will say, Brawl has the best story out of all Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, I didn't play the story of any Super Smash Bros. I just played. I just fought. That's all I did. What? Okay, for Melee, I only played it at my cousin's house. So I only just whenever I played it, I
Awesome.
would always just
Do you
play
have
and
a
fight
Wii?
with him.
Do you have a Wii?
I used to.
Do you have one right now?
No, who the fuck has a Wii right now?
Me.
I got rid of it. We sold ours like a garage sale.
Go get one. It's like $20, right?
Where I ain't got nowhere to put it.
Just go and play the story. I beg you. I will send you the game. Super Smash
I'll go
Bros.
watch like a
Brawl.
Rad Brad playthrough or something.
Rad Brad.
Do not tell me you do not know Rad Brad and you're
I
sitting here
don't
talking
know
about
Rad
video
Brad,
games.
bro.
This is worse than not playing the video game story. Fucking
Rad Brad. Rad Brad. I don't know
He's like
Rad Brad.
synonymous on YouTube for playthroughs. He plays like every single damn game.
I
If
watched.
if he quits a playthrough, if he doesn't do a playthrough of a game, you know it's a bad game, basically.
Okay, I'm gonna look through it right now because there's somebody I do watch. His name starts with like a CH. It's like Chocolapus or something.
What? Chocolate
Yeah.
puss?
No, Chocolo.
What the? The only person I know is
Chocolopus or something.
never even heard of him.
Yeah, just like I haven't heard of Rad Brad.
Okay, but Rad Brad is ridiculous, especially if you've been on YouTube for like over 5 years. Dude plays like every single player game. I think he's probably at like 20 million now. He has to be because when I used to watch him in like fucking like 2016, let's see what he's at. I only had 13.5, but I can't believe you've never heard of him. I'm so
trying
like
to find it as we speak. Okay, subscriptions.
God.
Oh,
Dude,
by
God
the
of
way,
War is
guys,
such
a
a good
couple of
game.
One Piece YouTubers I will suggest to the audience. Grand Line Review, Joy Boy. The Hidden Island is really good. He makes really long theories that like take a lot of go through. So I would give those three guys follow if you guys are into One Piece like me and Austin are. I'm trying to find because I follow him. You know Luke the Notable at least?
Nope.
You don't know Luke the Notable.
He must not be that damn notable if I don't know him.
Well, I mean, he got popular for doing all the
Video games or anime?
it was anime. No, He was doing like Minecraft walkthroughs, like 100 days of this, 100 days of that.
Yeah, I hate Minecraft. I'll be honest. I think it's one of the most
What?
boring games ever made. I've
Also,
never liked it.
if you guys like that, you guys can go ahead and also follow what's it called? The Blue Banana Podcast, Joy Girl, Dude in a Room. Those are all pretty good guys. Yeah, I really can't find the guy I was looking for. Damn.
I am like awestruck by this absolutely terrible review. We need to get to this like ASAP. I cannot believe the shit I'm reading right now out of this fucking reviewer.
Okay, tell me.
All right, so I brought this up pre-game at the tailgate of the podcast, you could call it, to Omar.
Okay.
And now he has to actually guess. What do you think Raphael, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name, Mayer,
Who?
rated Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 Part 2, which, if you guys don't know, Part 2 is like Shibuya Incident. Out of 10.
Oh yeah,
What do you think he rated it?
I think he gave it a 7. It's gonna sound like a bad review.
It's lower than a 7. Next guess.
And I'm sorry if I'm on my phone. I'm like trying to find the YouTuber, but it's fine. Anyway,
Under 7.
under 7
Are you ready, or do you want to keep guessing?
or
Okay, it's higher than that. You're really close to
5.
7, by the way.
5 or 6 then, yeah.
He rated a 6 out of 10. And this was his synopsis, by the way.
Okay, let's
Jujutsu
hear.
Kaisen offers plenty of spectacle, but little else during the Shibuya incident arc. And he proceeds to talk about how it's all fights and no plot or story. He says the relentless bombardment of fight scenes ends up doing the characters, pacing, and story a disservice. Okay. Getting really hot here, Raphael.
What the fuck?
He said, in expanding the fights from the manga for visual spectacle, the Shibuya incident arc ends up leaving little room for anything else. Okay, so I don't know what Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 Part 2 this guy watched, but there was plenty of story.
Yeah, this guy did not understand Jujutsu Kaisen in the slightest.
No.
Not in the slightest.
It seems like he's not a big fan of over-the-top fights. He complains about the lack of comedy.
Then why do you like... Okay, if you don't like the fact of that type of fighting, why are you watching anime? Because that's all that it fucking is. Come on.
And as I read this, he calls many of the deaths in Part 2 cheap deaths, and that they really should not have happened. So this must be a guy who was an anime fan, or a why am I blanking on her name?
Nobara.
And a Nobara fan. And once Nobara died, he must have been one of those people like, I'm just gonna drop the show. I don't understand how you can watch Jujutsu Kaisen Shibuya incident arc and just say it's only fights.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Toji story. Hell, the fucking back half of the season was all story, basically. You have so much character development. I mean, Chozo at the beginning is literally trying to kill Yuji, and at the end, he's saving him. There's character development for you. Like, I don't know how someone can rate this a 6, and an editor can read this over and publish it.
Okay. I hear you. First of all, it's an opinion. The editor's not really a decision maker on that end. But I'll tell you this. I understand.
Okay. Why do you understand?
I'm trying to find the words, right? Because like this is really hard to put together. Because At the same time, yes, he makes a point, but that shit with Chozo, I felt like the Chozo shit was kind of cheap. I felt like the Chozo shit was kind of like a last minute throw in to get one more person on the other person's side. It just shows. I think what Geiji is trying to do, he's trying to show that their loyalty, the people around them, their loyalty is going to run out eventually, right? Because Chozo was one of his devoted followers. Excuse me. During that time. And then when he disbanded because he realized what he was doing, I don't know, it just felt cheap. It just felt cheap to me a little bit. Like, I kind of understand why that aspect, but only the Chozo fight. But honestly, everything was like pretty solid. Like,
okay.
How do you not look at a fight like son versus father and be like, yeah, there's no story in here?
Exactly.
Like,
and
what?
like the ending of the fight, like, you know, the whole reason he killed himself at the end is because he
Realized
he kept the name Fushiguro. That was literally the whole fucking point of why he killed himself. This guy had the audacity. Like, I'm a My Hero fan, okay? But he gave season 6 a 9 out of 10. Season 6 was not a 9 out of 10. Because I'm trying to look through this guy's, like, catalog.
Wait, I'm sorry. Which anime?
My Hero. So, like, Vigilante
I
Deku.
dropped My Hero because of season 6.
Okay, I didn't drop it.
I dropped it. I said, no, I am not wasting my time with this children's crap.
I liked season 6 to a degree. I'd give like a 7 probably, but it doesn't stack up to like seasons 1 through 3 still,
Exactly. Like, those are the best seasons, bro.
Because I think Bones does it. I don't know if it's like Bones' decision.
And it really sucks because it's the climax, right? It's like what everybody's been wanting to see, and I've just been at no interest because I know what it brings. I don't like it.
Well, they cut out like so much, and they censor it so badly, and then it makes it look all like cheesy, and like they took so fucking long to get to My Villain Academia, and then they like rushed it, in my opinion.
My Hero Academia,
everyone was so excited for My Villain Academia arc, and then and then we have a whole season of the fucking class 1A versus 1B that no one cares about. And then season 6 comes along, and the first half they really just fucking rush the shit out of My Villain Academia. They skip over like the whole fucking subplot of how Shigaraki got Gigantomachia under his control. There's like 2 whole fucking chapters.
I just remember being so confused. Yeah. I just remember being so confused looking at that and seeing Gigantomachia like fight and like, bro, what even happened? Like, this is not like, I'm not reading the manga. I don't know. I was only reading the manga when I found out Bakugo like died and then they revived him. Like, that was the only reason why I was reading My Hero. And I forgot to answer your question earlier about where I find my early One Piece stuff. Reddit is accurate, bro. Reddit is accurate as hell. Reddit knows what the hell it's talking about sometimes because that shit is anonymous. You can't tie anything back to anybody. You can't do much unless you're Reddit or unless you work at Reddit, I should say. But Reddit is legit. So if you want like early One Piece stuff, I know a community. I'll send you the community later.
Yeah, I'm not really like worried about early stuff because I'm all caught up, so I don't have to like rush before the episodes. Usually I wake up like an hour and a half before our episode time starts on Sunday. So then like the chapter's out, I sit in bed, I read it, I get up, get ready. So
to me, it doesn't matter what time of the day it is, what time it drops, what time it's there, what time it's not. I'm watching the episode. I'm reading the manga right there because I just want to know what the fuck is happening next, right? Because yes, we went through a manga like just now. Like, I'm gonna take just now as example. Like Saturn shows up, Frankie hits him with a radical beam, and the radical beam doesn't do shit. Sanji kicks the leg away from Kuma and Bonnie, which shout out to Sanji fans. Y'all been waiting for something. There it is.
I'm waiting for a damn Chopper moment, man.
I miss Chopper.
Chopper's like never in the Egghead.
Well, I mean, okay, all right, I can understand that, but at the same time, I don't see what he's gonna do to a Yonko. At least right now, because Kuma's there, right? Like, I feel like something's gonna happen in which like Kuma's just gonna sacrifice everything, and he's gonna tell the Straw Hats like, "Yo, get her like the fuck away from this island."
Yeah, and I mean like
Zoro. I will kill
like,
myself. Just go.
Zoro, Robin, Nami. They really even haven't even done that much in Egghead either, to be real. Besides like Zoro fighting Kaku, whatever the fuck his name is.
They did a shit ton more, and well, actually, no, he did do a lot, because like you gotta forget, like when for a second it was Lucci versus Zoro. Like there was a hot minute where it was Lucci versus Zoro, and then like two chapters later, Zoro comes back, kicks his ass, and then puts him in a pack.
I mean,
like,
I'm gonna be honest.
Development.
I don't know. Egghead's not like. I'd say Egghead's like a 6 right now. I don't know. It's gonna take so long to get into like good shit. I don't know. I really like the fight with Saturn is taking like forever to develop.
You're not gonna like the next when we hit the Kuma One Piece. You're not gonna like when we hit the Kuma backstory.
Oh my! It'll be like 2 months of fucking backstory. It might literally be 2 months of backstory.
We're not gonna see the Straw Hats for a little while, bro. Like after this next couple episodes where we get to Egghead and like do a couple things, we're not gonna see them for like 6 months.
Yeah, I did want to point out. I did go through this guy's reviews a little bit more. It does seem like he is not a big fan of big fights, because he gave Demon Slayer season 3 a 5. So at least he's consistent. I will say it's always nice to be consistent, at least.
And even in bad takes, at least it shows that you have an opinion that nobody will really listen to.
Yeah, I mean,
like
I could work for IGN.
Opinion, huh?
Listen, I could work for IGN with my One Piece takes. They'd have so many fucking people coming in.
Give me a One Piece take. Give me a One Piece take.
That I hate Marineford. I think Marineford is.
I think everybody would disagree with you.
Exactly. Because I mean, look, everyone hates this 6 out of 10. They keep coming. Everyone's talking about it online. Like, hey, this guy.
I gotta hear your reasoning again to why you hate Marineford, because I just
Luffy doesn't have to be there. There's no point in him being there.
Yes, it is. That's not true.
They nerf Whitebeard, who's supposed to be this all powerful pirate, and he gets like.
He's fucking 60-something, 70-something, and he's injured.
I hate Blackbeard.
He's on the freaking Navy shit. Blackbeard, I hate Blackbeard too. I don't like Blackbeard. But like,
I'm saying like I hate Blackbeard, his whole character.
Yeah,
I think he's useless to the story.
Respectfully, you're bugging.
No.
If you really think that.
Well, if Oda could write like one good villain.
Kaido's not a good villain. Do you forget what he was doing to the people of Wano?
It's so like fucking like baseline.
It's fucked. No, it's not. It's fucked up.
Is.
Those people can't cry anymore. When you see them smiling and when you see them like happy that they're in Wano, they're not fucking happy. They're fucking sad.
I could give you like Kaido, but that's about it. Every other
Doflamingo. Doflamingo, one of his girls, Sugar. All he had to do was tap somebody, gone. Erased memory, gone. Everything gone. They did that as a type of punishment and kept the toys as slaves. Doflamingo's not a good villain.
That's why I don't see Kaido highly, because Kaido is just Doflamingo with different steps. Is he not?
Well, Doflamingo and Kaido were connected. Doflamingo had the smile factory inside the Dressrosa.
Doflamingo ruined Dressrosa. Kaido ruined Wano, right? Kaido ruined Wano because he made everyone eat all the smiles, and now they can't have like real emotion. They're always smiling. Doflamingo ruined Dressrosa because he just changed people into dolls.
And you forget, like, those people, their families don't remember them. Their daughters, their wives, their brothers, their sisters, they don't remember them. As soon as sugar touches them, they disappear from people's minds.
I still just don't think that they're very well written. I don't know. He doesn't have it, but
I love you.
Even if I gave you Kaido and
hate you.
Doflamingo, even if I gave you Kaido and Doflamingo, you have to agree he has a bad track record with like villains.
He does tend to repeat stuff. I will give you that. But I mean, I still feel like Kaido's a good villain. I feel like Doflamingo's a really good villain. Hey man, I even think Arlong was a really good villain. It just really depends, to be completely honest, because you have to look at these backstories and you have to analyze almost everything for you to like understand why they're doing it. There's also a factor of like why they're doing the things they're doing and why they think they have a right to do the things that they do. Like Arlong, like I said before, Arlong was a really good villain. So even if that was the case, they might be baseline in your opinion, but what Oda does later on is build the character.
Okay, right? What was the worst thing that Arlong ever did? He killed Nami's mom, like stepmom.
Bro,
is that like
he's probably done more fucked shit?
His whole basis is that he took over Nami's hometown. Is that it? And you're just supposed to like hate him because of that?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
The problem with One Piece. Okay, the problem with One Piece is throughout history, throughout every single.
No, let me tell you this,
pirates are always the bad guys. So now Oda has to like scramble to figure out, how do I make the pirates who are always bad guys look like good guys? Oh, they just have to like save everyone in this town or this area. That's how every One Piece arc is. Luffy shows up, everyone thinks he's bad because he's a pirate, but then he saves the place and now he's a good guy. I don't think that's gonna happen anymore. Copy paste. I
don't think that's gonna happen, and I don't think that happened throughout the whole anime, right? I think it happened like in the beginning when he wasn't really known. Yes, when he wasn't really known, yes.
Okay, name an arc where he doesn't do that.
Name an arc where repeat that.
Name an arc where the story isn't Luffy shows up, everyone thinks he's a bad guy because he's a pirate, but then he ends up saving the place. And now, oh my god, he's a good guy. We all love Luffy.
Wano.
Okay.
Dressrosa. Because they just had the Marines there straight up already posted waiting for him. Nobody really assumed that Luffy was evil in Dressrosa because he was in disguise. So Dressrosa as well.
But when he actually shows up, everyone thinks he's a bad guy.
Oh, and no. There's a shit ton of pirates there. Dressrosa was like a nation like you could just like go around, fuck around and shit. Like Dressrosa wasn't a serious nation like that. Let me think of another. I wouldn't say Arlong Park because at first they were afraid of Luffy, yes, but he wasn't known. Fishman Island, they weren't afraid of Luffy. They attacked him.
What? They literally try to kill him when he comes in. He gets attacked.
You get the coding, and then you go in.
Yeah, and they tried to attack him.
Yeah, but that was individual people. It's not part of the townspeople because when they found
everyone
out,
was scared of him when he came in.
When they found out, when they found out who he was, they let him in. Neptune talked to him face to face. And then he also talked to Garp before that. So he knew who Luffy was. You can't put like you have to put individual people kind of in a bubble before you put like what the nation actually feels in this conversation.
But the people of Fishman Island really didn't turn that he's a good guy until he actually fought Hody Jones in front of him. Because remember, this future telling lady was like, he's the one who's going to bring a great calamity to Fishman Island.
Yeah, they were afraid of him, but that wasn't like when he came.
And they're like, oh my god, everyone get away from Luffy.
That was after.
Yeah, but if it's like the same shit, they just did it in a different timeline. In every arc,
I see
Luffy
your
is
point
seen by
there, but
as a bad person at one point in the arc. And then because he saves Alabasta, fucking Dressrosa, Wano, he's a great guy. I mean,
yeah.
the people of
And
Wano
also,
didn't like him at a certain point
and just to
because
say, bro, like, not every pirate crew does this in One Piece. Like,
but we only
the
follow the
red-haired
Straw Hats.
pirates, the red-haired pirates, bro, they quite literally took on looking like this evil crew in the movie.
But
In
okay,
Film
it's not
Red.
even canon.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like, it's an example, right? And Kids Crew, they plunder shit. Like, that's their whole thing.
Yeah.
They
So
plunder shit. There's other crews. I think Law is maybe like the only other crew besides Luffy that doesn't attack straight up when you go to an island. And there might be a few other exceptions.
I mean, does
Like
Shanks
maybe
like Shanks attack places? I don't think Shanks attacks places.
I think Shanks attacks people. I don't think he attacks places. No. He's been
I don't
doing
know.
that.
There's never been a villain, an antagonist in One Piece that has ever compared to anyone like the Akatsuki or I would even say King Canute from Vinland Saga.
Are you fucking stupid? With all due respect, are you fucking stupid?
I'm being dead serious. Name me one character that has
Blackbeard. Blackbeard.
What
he
is
he is the reason why Ace went to the fucking Marines. He literally caught Ace, packed him up, sent him to the Marines.
Okay, Ace fought Blackbeard and he lost. Okay. You're acting like Blackbeard just went and
you're
captured
saying,
Ace.
but you're saying there's no figure in One Piece that's actually like King Canute. That's not true. That is not true.
There's no one that has that like same villain aura. Who is like the big villain in One Piece? There's none.
Blackbeard. Did you not see the episode before this one? Emu. Like the Gorosei. Are you not reading the manga?
I am, but the thing is like there has to be an event that's like makes them the big villain.
That will happen eventually. But
because with
Pain,
you have he literally wipes the fucking hidden leaf off the map.
Okay.
And Naruto has to come back. It'd be different if like say, I don't know, Emu destroys like Garp goes back to Goa and she's waiting, or he or she, whatever fuck Emu is.
So you're telling me if somebody killed your brother and you
so Akainu is the big villain now because he killed the brother.
Akainu is a villain. I won't say he's the big villain, but I will say he is a villain. And I think what One Piece is gonna do, like you mentioned before, is gonna tell two stories at the same time. I think Sabo is going to avenge Ace, and I think Luffy is gonna fight Blackbeard and Emu.
Because the whole thing is to get the One Piece, right?
First.
That's the whole point of One Piece, right?
That's where Luffy is gonna fight Blackbeard.
Okay, but this is my issue with Marineford. Okay, I'll tell you. Is the whole point of the show not to find the One Piece? That's the whole goal, right? So the villains are the ones who are trying to stop Luffy from getting the One Piece, correct? Would you agree with that?
No.
Okay, so then what? So what is the goal that the villains are trying to stop Luffy from getting?
They're trying to preserve their nations most of the time. Doflamingo is
but
trying to preserve
Emu is the big villain, like you said. Emu and Blackbeard are like the big villains. Is their whole purpose not to stop Luffy from getting the One Piece?
Blackbeard's purpose is to fucking rule the world. That's Blackbeard's purpose.
And how is he gonna rule the world, Armor?
Yes,
I know. He's gonna get the One Piece.
I know that, but you gotta listen. That's not the ultimate goal. One Piece is not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is after One Piece.
But the whole... Oh my god. Every single fucking thing is to go to the One Piece. The road poneglyphs. Basically. Everything is to go and find the One Piece. That is the whole goal of the show. Yes. Is it not?
Yes.
Okay. So then when they bring in Marineford, and now the whole thing shifts from, okay, now the villains aren't the people who are trying to stop Luffy from getting the One Piece. It's, oh, the villains are now the people who killed Ace. I'm sorry, that's not the villains. I don't give a shit that Ace died. I don't care. Okay, Ace should not be the whole point that these people are now villains. They should be villains because they're trying to stop the ultimate goal at hand, which is to get the One Piece. Yes.
You don't understand One Piece.
Ace
Bro.
was in the show for like damn near like 15 fucking episodes, if that.
Bro,
Besides Marineford.
You did not understand One Piece, bro. Like, with all due respect, you did not understand One Piece.
Okay, then explain it to me so I can understand better.
Bro, there's supposed to be a bigger picture. In every story, there is a bigger picture. Causes and effects. Goals change throughout life. Goals change. So, what makes it different if goals change during an anime? The goal changed when Luffy found out that Ace was in real fucking shit. If he realized that Ace was in really bad, real shit, he would have popped up sooner. He realized that Blackbeard captured Ace. Blackbeard captured Ace because they fought each other. Ace lost. Right? After that, Blackbeard sent him to the Marines. The Marines sentenced Ace to death.
So you're telling me that Luffy is so oblivious on Thriller Bark when whatever her name is tells him why the Viva card is burning.
Because it wasn't burning.
It's because Ace is losing his like life force or whatever the hell they called it.
Okay.
That he didn't maybe, I don't know, think this is weird. Why is Ace using life force? He wouldn't be in a situation like this. Maybe I should go and figure out where he is so I can help him. Not just be like, Ace is fine.
Bro, people in the One Piece world kind of go through their own thing. It makes it different when you die to a pirate or you die to a Marine. It's kind of sort of different. Yes, you'll look for revenge regardless, but at least if it's a pirate, you can say it was up to kind of the natural law of things. And Luffy wouldn't go on. He would go on seeking revenge for the person, yes. But he would also be kind of incontent because Ace actually died doing what he loved to do, which was fight. On the other hand, during the Marines, when Blackbeard beat him, fought him, and then sent him to the Marines to die, that's different. Because now, you don't even have the decency yourself to kill him. You just send him to Marines so he could die for sure. I just feel like there's a different bubble of sincerity when you're talking about these two things. And I feel like Blackbeard sending Ace to the Marines to die because, again, the Viva card wasn't burning that much. You have to understand that it wasn't like a full piece of paper. It was like a little folded up piece of paper that Luffy had, and it just happened to be in a square. It wasn't burning at a high pace. So he wasn't draining that much life force. When you're I can understand if Luffy went right after he saw half the fucking Viva card gone, but it wasn't. It was like a tiny fucking sliver. Like if my fingers were the Viva card, it was like the top of my middle finger and the top of my index finger would be off. That's how much it was. It really wasn't that much. So
you're telling me, okay, that
I'm telling you,
we couldn't have just had a Marineford side arc, right? Where we learn about Ace's death in a paper, like Sabo's, by the way, like Sabo's. And the whole thing is that while Luffy's on his adventure, he gets the news that Ace has died at Marineford, and so has Whitebeard. We do not need a whole ass 50 episode arc of that, in my opinion. Because to me...
Then what is Luffy's growing point? What is Luffy's point in where you can say, fuck, I need to get way stronger than what I am? If I can't save my brother then when he's right in front of me, then what else can I do? Before you say Wano, he did learn during that point as well. He was learning.
You make a better arc on the transition to the new world where he meets a much stronger
opponent. What is a better arc than a war arc?
I mean, he learns from Sabaody.
What is a better arc that you can introduce the government, where you can introduce the three main heads, the three main heads.
They could have done it at Sabayori.
They did one at Sabayori. They did one, which was Kizaru. That was his first appearance.
Yeah, but that whole thing right there could have been.
They had to build on Kizaru. No,
yeah, but they could have made Sabayori much longer. Okay, so they're gonna fight and Luffy has a growth.
Is that what you're telling me? Because that's what Sabayori was. It was a fucking amusement park, man.
So the whole point is that Luffy needed that to grow. But so you're telling me that Luffy, he needs a whole ass brother to die to grow. Mm-hmm. But the rest of the Straw Hats, they just have to sit on an island for 2 years to figure out I need to get stronger.
Do they have siblings? And by the way, before you say anything, Zoro lost Kuina way earlier in life.
Yeah. So
he lost her way earlier, so he was able to grow up earlier. Then? He did. He is.
But then all of a sudden, because he's on an island now with Mihawk, he has to get stronger.
He just asked Mihawk to train him because he ended up being there. He didn't beg Mihawk to.
Sanji has siblings.
Sanji has siblings. He was treated like shit. Put in
Nami
the
has siblings.
Tin can. Nami had one sibling that hated her for half of her life.
Who else? I mean, Jinbei's like full of a. He's a part of a school of fish.
We're not. Fuck you. The Jinbei slander is crazy.
Chopper.
Chopper was alone. What are you talking about?
Well, okay, but like here's the problem, right? Because every single stinking One Piece character that gets introduced has to have like the saddest backstory where someone dies in their life. So then like Oda has to think, well, now Luffy's the only one who hasn't had anyone sad die. So now I got to shove this big ass arc in the middle of the show so someone close to him can die so I can force a growth.
Yep.
Do you think there's any way
I'll give it to you this. It's a bit of a cheap route. I'll give you that.
I think a better way of having Luffy grow.
I think it's necessary, bro.
Luffy could have done a war arc. Okay, Luffy could have done a war arc. I just don't think the war arc was done well. Because the whole focal point of the war arc wasn't on Luffy. It was on Whitebeard versus the Marines trying to get Ace back. And Luffy is like there to like save Ace, but he's not like the main focus. We keep going back to Whitebeard.
I've never seen it as Whitebeard versus the Marines. I always saw it as Luffy trying to save Ace. And that's where we differentiate, I guess. You can't look at it from that angle because it looks like what you're talking about. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than you kind of have to always look at it from the main character's point of view. Unless it's not showing you the main character's point of view, obviously.
But if you're not focus more on Whitebeard and Marineford than Luffy.
Not really. No,
really?
What did they do? An arc or like a little like backstory or something?
No, he was like the main focal point. The whole focal point was that Whitebeard was facing off against the Marines, and Luffy was there too. And the whole point you're making is because Luffy was there, and he saw how powerful the Marines and Whitebeard are, and then he loses Ace, that he has to grow. But you're telling me that Luffy couldn't have just had a big war against the Marines with some other pirates, and he didn't have, like, Ace doesn't have to die? Like, there's a lot more different ways that they can go than just, oh, I have to kill his family member because that's how every other fucking One Piece character I've ever written has grown in his own right. Don't you find that?
I told you, like, it's a bit of a cheap shot, but again, I feel like it's necessary. Oda said himself that sometimes kind of like Luffy kind of directs where he's going, right? It really just depends on, like, it's not based on what Oda's writing. It's like what Luffy kind of wants to do. It's his personality. Like, what would Luffy do? What would this person do? Like,
but how does he not get the exact same feeling when he loses to Kizaru and Kuma and Sabayori than Marineford?
What do you mean?
Because in Sabayori, his loss is already there. He was too weak, and he lost his crew because he was too weak, which would then go into his growth because he was just completely outmatched by Kizaru and Kuma.
Or when Kuma sent him to the island, and when he was already separated, he felt like he didn't know where he was going to find his friends. Can we say that? Can we say we didn't know?
Yeah, he doesn't know where they went.
He doesn't know if he's going to see them again. The next thing you have to do, you see your brother in a newspaper about to die. Do you not go?
Okay, well, what's more important for a pirate, their crew or their brother?
Their brother. Because when you realize the underlining tone of One Piece, it's about family, friends, and sticking together the entire time.
So you're telling me if Shanks got separated from his crew and Luffy was in danger, he would choose to go save Luffy over his crew?
Yes.
I don't believe that.
I think you're not reading One Piece then. Because
I am.
No, dude. Like,
I'm just saying, like,
is Luffy in this scenario like away from his crew? Like, how would Shanks find out he's in trouble? And also, Dragon would too. Hello.
Dragon's not a pirate though. He's a fucking revolutionary.
So the fuck what? He's
two different things.
He's an individual person.
Yeah, I'm just saying though. I don't think it's necessary in the growth. I think they could have done it way better.
I gotta disagree with you there, because the way the story was going and how it built up, where Luffy was already not on the island and he saw that he was already going to lose one more person. He has to, bro.
But couldn't the growth just be his growth fighting his way back to, say, Sabaody or back to somewhere where he meets Rayleigh and then he trains in hockey?
It wouldn't be good.
But he already has... It just
wouldn't, bro. It just wouldn't. Like, you need to understand where the story went before that. Luffy's entire crew got separated. He is already feeling helpless. He is already starting that growth there. Then he goes to the female island where Kuma blasts him off to. He goes through the thing. He meets Gloriosa. He goes through all of that. And he realizes he's about to lose one more family member. He is not about to let that happen. So then he goes to Marineford and does what he does. He gets so close, aces off, Kuma, and then like literally it and Kuma. Akainu punches him through the chest while they're about to leave. Like, he does need that. And where the story built and how it went and where it was going, that's very important to the whole thing. If you don't have that, you don't have the story.
Yeah, I just don't believe that. I just think Marineford's a cop-out arc, in my opinion. So
we're gonna have to agree to disagree here, because we could go on this for a legit another hour.
I mean, we really wouldn't been over anything. This a couple times too. I've never changed my mind on Marineford.
Like, you can have your opinion on it. Obviously, I'm not gonna like shit on you for your opinion, but like, respectfully, you're not reading One Piece.
I know the comments will.
I'm playing. Yeah, no, the comments will shit on you. I just want to prepare you for that.
Yeah, well, I'm used to it. I mean, I got my TikTok comments who shit on me for my Marineford take too.
Yeah, you got flamed for that one. You got flamed for that. Thank you guys for tuning in, though. We do appreciate you coming with us live every single night, every single day, doing our thing and stuff like that.
Thank you for the new subscribers and for giving us our most viewed video last week as well.
Appreciate it, guys. And peace.